So nice to see you after a really long time, which the preparation has not been short. It has taken some time when you started off. I recall it's been a while, but here you are with a fantastic score at the end of it, 715, a 99 percentile score. Like this is what sir keeps rooting and telling you, right? And at the end of it, look at that fantastic quantitative score of 100 percentile. Well, we'll dip the bit and we'll talk about it. What happened in 76 percentile and data inside 98 percentile. So, how do you feel about the score, Richa?
Yeah, I am quite happy with my score. This was actually my third attempt. So I'm glad that I was perseverant through it and
You didn't give up.
got the score. Yes.
Yes, you didn't give up. So you had taken a live class back quite long time ago, and then you also just extended your course as well last year. So how did this entire journey kind of face in terms of your preparation, what was lagging, and how did you sail through it? But before we get into that, just give us a little background about yourself. Where did you work, and how did the entire thought of the GMAT and an MBA plan, started?
Sure. Yes, I think so. Like a background about myself, I did my bachelor's and master's from IIT Bombay in design, and I think post that I've been working as a user experience designer for JP Morgan Chase in Bangalore, and I think my so I mean I did prepare for like engineering and different things back then as well, but then I decided to pursue design because I thought it was a lot more intriguing. It was about problem solving. It was very fascinating, and that is what I've been doing at my workplace as well.
This is
But in
design
a
thinking,
more
right? Is this
Yes,
design thinking?
correct.
Oh,
So
fantastic. I
it is,
really love that
yeah,
space. Yeah.
yes. So it is like my specialization was more on human computer interactions. So it is more digital applications oriented. And that is what I've been doing in my job at Chase. But as you mentioned, I think design thinking is so much bigger. And I feel like something that has been lacking in my skill set is maybe business knowledge,
Right.
where I bring it to a larger scale. So I think because of those reasons, I found out about MBA programs and I thought that, this would definitely be the next step, based on my experience, skill set, and even my interests and, aspirations, because of which I decided to do the GMAT.
Right. One of the biggest skill set, and especially in MBA, is to have this design thinking ability. Like it's not something that at a professional level people have. Like at the base level, it is at the very top level. Design thinking hits, and absolutely you're on the right path through this.
Yeah, I think I'm approaching this from like again a top down, like a bottom up approach where I have done design first, and now I feel like maybe I should pick up those business tools as well.
Acumen, right? So perfect, perfect. So that's a great start. And you'll really, I mean, with this kind of a skill set, it's one of the check boxes for for the business school as well, a skill that is required, and they'll see in your profile extremely well thought of. Okay, so let's go with your preparation strategy overall. So how did it all began for you? What was the initial challenging section? And also just highlight on the entire journey. It was pretty long. You said you took 3 attempts.
Yeah.
How
Yes.
did you really stay motivated through it? And what was still a more challenging section when you didn't have the course content and material and you were really, how did you sail through that?
Right. I think, yeah, to maybe start with, like, yes, I did take up, I think, the live classes back in 2022, I
Yes.
think August or so. I think I had completed about a little bit more than a year at my job, and I was like, I need to give the GMAT because this would be the next step.
Right.
And I think I was quite sincere about the classes in the beginning, but I after a while I was I me and my flatmates were evicted from our house. So I think there are also life challenges that come in the way, because of which
That's
preparation may stop, like because of which I couldn't be as disciplined. And then I think once we settled down and then I continued my preparation again, I gave my GMAT finally in the next year, I think around April 2023 April, where I scored a 710. And I think that was a score which to me which I wasn't sure about. Like I felt like I could do better, but at the same time, I think I got a little lazy with giving another attempt. I felt like maybe I should just apply with the score because studying again might take a while.
right.
So I think at that point I had stopped studying, and but then I had some other work things that came up. Like I had to travel for work, and I was up for a promotion, so I couldn't apply last year either. And then this year I made up my mind that now now I'm completing 3 years. This year I just completed 3 years at work, so I was like I am going to maybe retake the GMAT, give it a better attempt because I'm going to spend this year focused on my MBA and apply this year. So because of which I did not have again the live classes and things like that, which were I think very fundamental and helpful in building my foundations. I think for quant especially, I think your videos are available on YouTube as well for the fundamentals. So I rewatched those, and I think especially because I mean I was really good at quant in school, but because I had studied design and a lot of our coursework and things like, I mean, we don't have exams, we have juries, so I was not used to like doing math with that same amount of rigor and accuracy. So those videos I would say were, I think that is all I used for quant. Like I didn't refer to any other material. It was just those YouTube videos, which were so good to, provide an overview, a revision of what you studied in school, probably, because I think that is the level of GMAT quant, and also give you those shortcuts and those quick ways to do it. So I think that is what I had utilized. And I think for verbal, I would say the RC classes were really good when I did have the course. But I think this time I just like revised from the notes that I had for Octave. And then I think I gave an attempt finally in September, for which I didn't get a good score. And I think it was a bad day. So I just gave another attempt once like the 16-day waiting period was over. So I gave an attempt in another 20 days and I got a good score.
Right. Amazing.
It was quite a lengthy journey.
Yes.
And yes, it can get really demotivating at times. I think even this year it took me longer than I'd anticipated. I think it took me like 5 months to study, but I had an eye injury in between because of which I couldn't study. And so things like those were demotivating, but I looked at, alternatives, printouts of questions, because I was like, I can't look at a screen. So different things like those were very helpful. And I would say even the top 1% errors, the doubts that they answer through emails were very, very helpful, because I think, yeah, you need to learn from your mistakes only. Like, I think that is where you need to improve. So they were very prompt in answering questions and helping with explanations or where you went wrong. So all of this, yeah, I think it finally culminated into a good score.
Yes, I know sometimes, especially one of the things I think stood out the most is the fundamentals and you being very sincere with your initial preparation or other classes, because that foundation is set. Because otherwise, when you're looking at all these resources, sometimes you can get derailed, if I'm studying the right content or not. So at what point did you feel like, you are ready for it? Like, that, you've got good score right now, or rather you're prepared for it to kind of take an attempt and you will really surpass that 710, which is so
yes, I think for that it was also helpful. Like I had bought the official mocks, which I was giving I think on like a bi-weekly or every 3 weeks. So I had like decided only when I'm getting like above 700 and like 3 consistent mocks will I book my exam date. So I think I had gotten, and I feel like I was scoring much higher in mocks.
Right.
And mocks are
Fairly
easier to higher in.
Yeah.
But so it is good to like get like more than what your goal score is in your mocks to then decide to book the exam date.
Yes.
Is what I felt.
Right. So on the exam day, how was your test experience? Did you get any question that you were surprised by? Because then, a lot of, especially in the DI section, because it's a new section, it's a scoring section. The last time when you prepared for GMAT or you gave your attempt, the first attempt, you didn't have to take IR very seriously, but now you do.
Yeah.
So how was the exam experience overall for you for every section?
Yes. I think the exam experience was it was good. Like, I mean, I treated it as, this is going to be something fun that I'm going to do. I'm going to go write an exam on a weekend and I'm just going to enjoy the process. I'm not going to, think too deeply about things, because that is, I mean, I think I do overthink quite a bit that, if I'm getting an easy question, I'm probably doing badly because, the algorithm is working that way. Or so I had decided to not think too much and just solve the questions. So I think that is how the experience was on the test day. I think some of the other things, the noise, I feel like the whole the real experience of going to a test center and maybe using the noise cancellation headphones. I think those things I knew by the third attempt key, it might be noisy, people might walk in and out, use the noise cancellation headphones, you won't get water during the exam. I feel like those things also make a difference, and maybe you should practice your mocks in those settings where you're not getting up for a break just randomly. You're taking your one break after 2 sections, things like those.
Right. But when you were, especially with the questions that you faced in the exam, how easy or surprised were you, or rather, it was just a very casual breeze for you?
I think, I mean, if I had to say, I would say like the questions in quant were much easier because I think that is what I had practiced from Sandeep Gupta's material. Those were much easier than what I had practiced, and I think it was important for me to even practice on the official guide questions to know that they are slightly easier than what we prepare for, and it is not me doing things incorrectly because of which I'm getting easier questions. So that's how I felt about quant. About verbal
Pacing,
as well. I think, yeah.
pacing also, did you complete the sections on time or did you have enough time?
Sure. Yes. Pacing as well. Yeah. Do you want me to answer for quant or
Quant,
for all?
yes. How was it for quant?
For
Did you complete the section?
quant, yes. So I did complete it like in 30 minutes, and I had time to review all my answers as well.
Wow.
And yeah, I think when it was hitting, when time was getting up, I was like, oh, have I gotten anything wrong? Because I didn't make any edits. But fortunately, there was nothing wrong in quant, so that was good. Yeah, I think yeah, quant I was much faster than the time given.
Okay. Over to verbal section. How was it overall?
Yes. So verbal also, I think I think fortunately I did not get very, the political or I think the passages related to women because they could be a little bit more difficult or triggering. So I was happy to get like, I think more things about the environment and passages around those, which were, I think my passages went quite well. CR, I think by the end of it, I have gotten like 2, 3 wrong like consistently. But yeah, I think I was mentally prepared that quant and data insights would be the stronger sections. So I should just ensure I don't get a very bad score on verbal.
Right, right. And how was the DI section? Because that also you fared really, really well.
Yes. So the DI section, I would say it was quite fun to do because I think even the entrance exam that I had given for IIT was very similar with, like visuals and math and things like that. So I think I really enjoyed it to do it. And it's a combination of different questions. So it's not really, boring. It has all interesting questions.
Right. So, sometimes it could be very challenging for a lot of people. Again, comes with a background. I've heard a lot of people who like sailed easier with DI, or they've let's say got a higher score. They also find a similar set of things that they do currently in their workspace or from the background, right? So DI becomes fun to attempt for
Yeah.
students who get a very like a 99 100% score. So great. Any final thoughts in terms of if you want to look back in your entire journey, what would you have done differently? And what would you advise, someone who is in this preparation to, kind of do it, some to do and to don't, or to completely avoid?
Yes, I think if I had to like reflect on this, I think the only thing I would do differently is not be very hard on myself. I think it is an MBA is a marathon. It is not a sprint. It is you want to do it. It's okay if you go this year. It's okay if you go next year. Put your best foot forward, and there are different things because of which you may get the score you want. You may not get the score you want. Some of my friends have got like a 770, which is like 3 months of prep. So do not compare yourself with others too much. You're on your journey, and you be kind to yourself and just be persistent, and your perseverance will pay off.
Right, right. It's so very heartwarming to see, after 2 years of almost starting out the journey, and you're here with a 99 percentile. You didn't give up on the dreams. You didn't give up on, being, like you said, you've been very kind to yourself as well. But that entire dream is not gone, and you're young as well. You're in the absolutely right age to kind of now go and make a difference. Like, really take that MBA experience. So really heartwarming to see this. So, any particular school that is in your mind with the score that you're trying to apply? Are you, or have you already applied?
So as I give my exam now, I'm probably gonna apply in round 2. So I think yeah, I'm gonna make a decision on this. Like I feel like I will apply to like more ambitious schools because I think that's the point of it. That is where I want to go right now. So
It is there's a lot of scope. Truly, these bigger schools like MIT or even many other schools actually, they already offer, DT, like even Harvard, they offer that as a program. So which means that that is one of the subject also possibly in your MBA program that you would be studying. So you're already there. So perfect. And this is what I would, wish that, you get whatever school that you apply to, all of the school admit with this score and the background that you have, definitely you can make it through. If you need any assistance, of course, you can always come by our admission consultant, Audrey. Fantastic. He'll turn around your application 100%. But more importantly, thank you for trusting Sandeep sir through your journey. And he definitely values and a big passes a big congratulations as well. Wishes to you. So good luck, and thank you again for spending your precious time with me today. We'll keep connected, and we'll keep. I'd be excited to see that admit flash in the next probably couple of months whenever you have it. Just keep us informed.
Got it. Yes. Thanks, Natasha. I think that is very kind of you. Thank you for the good wishes. And yes, I will keep in touch. And yes, and thanks again to the entire team who, took the time and answered my doubts at top 1%.
Brilliant, brilliant. Definitely very heartwarming, because sometimes a lot of people give up, within 6 months, 1 year, things change. But this kind of persistence really is very heartwarming and inspiring, to be honest, right? To be
Yeah, I
precise.
hope this.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you again for this kind conversation. Good luck. Wish you all the best and have a lovely day today. Bye bye.
Thank you. You too. Bye bye.